Hello and welcome to the VBAC Homebirth Stories podcast. My name is Ashley Winning and I'm the founder of the Motherhood Circle and the creator of the Journey into Motherhood program. Are you wanting to learn more about vaginal birth after cesarean section and find your confidence to birth the way you feel is the best and safest for you and your baby? Spending too much time worrying about the what ifs and questioning if your body is capable of vaginal birth? Well, that's about to change. This podcast is for women wanting to learn about VBACs, especially home births, and for professionals who want to learn more about how to support VBAC women home birthing. Nothing is off the table. I invite you to connect with yourself, find your own voice and strength to create this pregnancy, birth, and motherhood experience you desire. You totally deserve this. If we haven't met before, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm a mother of two, I'm a doula, a motherhood guide, and have had 2 unplanned and unneeded cesarean sections. And I'm planning my first home and vaginal birth, so it'll be a home birth after 2 cesareans. I'm here to support you along your journey to discover and create your positive pregnancy, birth, and motherhood story. So feel free to reach out at any time if you want support. Now let's get started. Hey, me again. I just wanted to let you know that I've just created a brand new Facebook group called VBAC Homebirth Support Group, where you can connect with other like-minded mothers who are looking to have a VBAC home birth as well. You can find the link in the show notes and I look forward to seeing you there. Hello and welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Ashley. I am really excited to bring you another bonus episode, and it's going to be a short and sweet one, I think, this time. I'm currently 35 weeks pregnant, and I have created this week in my 35 weeks of pregnancy, being released out in October. So it should be coming out tomorrow, which is the 14th of October. So just to let you know, because I know that a lot of women who are listening to this, a lot of you mamas are wondering where I am in my pregnancy as I talk about it, but I usually record ahead of time. So this is my actual first one that's actually being done the day before that I'm publishing it. So it's done in real time. So yes, I'm 35 weeks pregnant at the moment. I'm really, really, really excited to meet my baby. As you guys can imagine, it's getting to the end of everything now. Things is getting uncomfortable. My belly's so big. I've been really fortunate that I haven't had like any pain, physical pain, but I do feel uneasy at times. I feel very exhausted and just not myself, which is pretty common for me in pregnancy. I'm just not one of those lucky unicorn women who have amazing pregnancies, and that's what it is. It is what it is. So I've learned to surrender to the process and not hold on to the outcome too much, because I know that eventually it will end and I will feel human again, which is really cool. But I wanted to do something a little bit different this episode. I wanted to talk about my recent mother blessing, which was a really unbelievable and special experience for me. And I wanted to share it with you because, we all know what a baby shower is. We all know what a gender reveal party is, and I've had both. So this is my 3rd baby, so this is my 3rd experience. My first baby was a surprise gender, so we had a baby shower, which was lovely. It's very baby focused, which is cool when you're a first time mum, because you're wanting to find out all about the baby products and you're so excited about your baby. And then, we decided to find out what we're having for our baby. So we had a gender reveal party, which was cool. In comparison, I feel that the mother blessing was just one of the most enriching experiences that I've had in my life, surrounded by love and friendship and sisterhood and motherhood and womanhood. And I really would love for other people to experience it as well. So that's why I'm doing this episode on this, because at the moment I can't shout it high enough from the treetops. I just think it's such a wonderful experience. And I get really let down if people don't come to my events. So I wasn't going to do anything. I just couldn't be bothered dealing with the upset or hurt of people not coming. I suppose I'm quite sensitive, and sometimes my emotional resilience isn't the best, especially in pregnancy. But I had a chat with one of my dear friends, Sheree, and I was just going to invite 3 people, well, actually 2 people. And then she said, why don't you invite a few more? And I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe I can open it up a little bit more. I'm the kind of person that likes to have close, intimate relationships with people. So I have a lot of acquaintances, but I don't necessarily consider them, close friends or anything. I don't particularly feel comfortable sharing intimate personal things or events and things with people, unless they're kind of like really deep in with me and I know lots about them and I feel safe and comfortable and I can be vulnerable. That's just how I roll, and I know that everybody's so different. So have a think about, for numbers and that sort of thing, inviting people who are going to encourage a positive space. But I'll get into that a little bit more later. I'm a Taurus as well, so I think that adds to my sensitivity and my vulnerability. And I probably, because I'm always interviewing people on the podcast, you probably don't know me that well. But I hope eventually I can do some more of these bonus episodes and you can get to know me a little bit more as well. And I hope that you can reach out to me and I can get to know you a little bit more. I've had some of the mums messaging me who are pregnant at the moment, and it's been beautiful on Instagram. So shout out to you if you're listening, those ladies. I really do love connecting with you ladies and hearing about your journey and hearing how excited you are to have, be planning the home birth or the VBAC that you so deeply want. So please do reach out to me. I will respond to you. It's such a small podcast and I've got such a small business that I can still reach out to you. It's not, a huge business where I can't, connect with you ladies. So I'm happy to do that as well. But back to the mother blessing, my beautiful friend Sheree, and I want you to check her out on Instagram if you're from the Gold Coast or Brisbane. She's located on the Gold Coast. She is a shamanic healer, and she is, you'll find her on Falcon Spirit Healing. It's falcon.spirit healing on Instagram, and also on Facebook. And she's just a beautiful soul. I went to primary school with Sheree and high school. And we were friends in primary school and we knew each other in high school. And then we reconnected in our adult years when she was training to be a doula, a birth doula, and I was going for my VBAC with my second baby. And she became my doula, and we formed a beautiful relationship that is just so sacred and special. And I don't think, because of the journey we went through, I think she'll always have a special place in my heart. And then as the years went on, I attended mother circles with Sheree. She was holding beautiful mother circles and women's circles, and I was connecting with her. And it's just been a beautiful friendship to have. And so her gift to me was that she hosted a mother blessing for me recently. And the reason I'm calling it a mother blessing is, often it's called a Blessingway in the doula communities or in the birthing communities. And I prefer to call it a mother's blessing because I believe that title fits it suitably. But I will read a little bit out about what Sheree said on her Instagram in regards to Blessingways. She said that mother's blessing is such a beautiful way to celebrate the sacred rite of passage of pregnancy and transition into motherhood. It is inspired by the Navajo, now I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm just guessing, sacred ceremony of the Blessingway. But to honour and respect this tradition and being mindful of cultural appropriation, we use the term mother blessing for the Western version of this celebration. It's different to a traditional Western baby shower in that the baby shower is usually about the baby and the mother is somewhat forgotten, whereas a mother's blessing is focused on nurturing the mother as the life-giving force of nature and the embodiment of the sacred journey and the rite of passage that she is embarking on. The way that our rites of passages are acknowledged subconsciously affects the way that we live, birth and mother, and so honouring this deeply profound time of internal and external change in a woman's life heals not just her but the children and creates ripples of change throughout the wider community. I think that she said it so wisely, and that's why I read it out to you. It was such a beautiful ceremony, and it went on for a couple of hours, and you can do so many different things in a mother blessing, but essentially what it was a group of women sitting around together on pillows and cushions. From time to time, I sat on the floor and I sat on the couch, as that was more comfortable for me. You know, if you want to check out some photos, check out my Instagram, the Motherhood Circle, for some photos of the actual ceremony. So there was she had beautiful blankets and cloth down, vibrant red colors, and she brought some beautiful flowers and some salts and some, little dried herb flowers. And someone brought a set of cards, so we could, pull a card out. It was a really beautiful, nourishing ceremony. And so each woman was asked to, keep everything in the circle sacred and bring love and healing and good thoughts into the circle. And there's so many different things that you can do. And if you look on Pinterest, there's so many different articles that you can read and so many different activities that you can do. And so it's really about doing what you feel is in alignment with you and what you feel is calling your soul to do. Sheree is a shamanic healer. And so she actually went on a shamanic journey healing journey for me the night before to see what I needed. And she took a very spiritual journey and helped heal some of my past traumas as well. And so another friend of mine, Janet, from Birthplace, you'll find her on Instagram called My Birthplace. She created and lovingly made a birthing affirmation bunting for me and for the ladies to fill out. So normally she pre-makes these, but she pre-designs them when she sends them out to her customers and clients. But for this one, she actually had some blank ones for us, and we all wrote down some birth affirmations. So with love and thought and consideration, each woman wrote out some affirmations that I will be hanging up in my beautiful space in the next week or so, where I'll have my birthing pool and everything all gorgeous and ready. And I know the women will be there with me in spirit, and I can remember that beautiful day. We had some beautiful music going that Sheree had, with some incense, some essential oils going, and she lit up something, maybe some sage or something like that, and did a bit of a cleansing ritual on everyone as well. And, there was a bit of a meditation in there as well. And then she made up a salt. I think it was magnesium Epsom salts and some little flowers, and put them into a bowl, and it went around the room, and everybody got to contribute to that and say something about their mothering or birthing journey and put some really good energy and vibes into that bowl. And it was passed around the room, and then everyone got to take home a little a jar of those salts to take home to nourish and nurture themselves. And then I had a foot soak, and Sheree gave me a massage on my arms and my back and my shoulders and my head, which was just so beautiful. And it was just such a peaceful, calming day. So we only did a couple of activities, but going around talking and sharing stories, and then we were talking about how, every woman shared how they'd met me and what they admire about me. And so there was so much positivity, and it was all about, nourishing me and bringing me. And there was lots of tears and, women sharing tears and emotion. And it was just a really beautiful ritual. But some of the other things that I've heard women do is create, one of the things that they also did create for me was I have a birthing candle, And so every woman had an intention attached to the a string, and she thoughtfully tied the string to the birthing candle. And then when I'm in labour, I will put my candle on and the women will be there with me in spirit. And so that's 3 activities you can do. And then eventually we had a deck of oracle cards that we all pulled something out of and intentionally went around the room and shared those with everybody. So I feel everybody was getting some enrichment and love and joy out of, all of the exercises and activities. And it was just a pleasure to, I think we should do this sort of stuff all the time, really. But yeah, I highly recommend that you have a look at, doing a mother's blessing. The way you can organize it is you can hire somebody to come and do it for you, a doula or someone in your area who does them. You can ask a friend or family member to host one for you. You can organize one for yourself. Invite, the people that you really feel safest with. You don't want to invite people into your circle. So I avoided inviting people into my circle who I didn't feel safe with, to be vulnerable with, who might have thought it was a bit weird, who don't support me home birthing or having a VBAC. Of course, I'm not going to invite negative vibes into the circle. So I really invited people with intention who have been my biggest support through this journey, who are birth nerds or really excited about birth, or have supported and listened to me, talking the whole pregnancy or even before my pregnancy about my birth. So real deep friends and safe connections. And you can choose to ask people to bring a plate of food if you would like, and some other things. Everyone offered to bring something to my circle, and I accepted a couple of things like the birthing affirmation, which was such a beautiful gift. And I was very fortunate that Sheree hosted for me and organized everything for me, because she's a professional and she has she's been doing this for a long time. So if you are on the Gold Coast, I highly recommend that you contact Sheree, because she is amazing and she's just a beautiful, pure light. And if I just ordered a platter, I got a beautiful grazing platter, and then I just made some sandwiches, and it was just a beautiful afternoon for everybody. And there was more than enough food for everyone. We made a non-alcoholic punch, and we had some teas, and yeah, it was a beautiful afternoon. So yeah, I just wanted to share that experience with you, to give you another context, another layer of preparing for your birth, spiritually, physically, to feel that love. It's not every day that people tell you wonderful things about yourself, or that you get to sit around and, be appreciated for the journey that you're on and the experience that you're going through. So I highly recommend it. I'm hoping one day I'll get around to writing a blog on it. But until then, that's cool. I've got this episode, and you can always check out Pinterest and Google for plenty of ideas, or send me a PM if you want to connect. I just wanted to let you also know that I'm going to be slowing down. I'm going to try to continue the episodes every fortnight, but there may come a point in December or January where I need to slow the episodes down. So during that period, I might only release one episode during that period. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. I wanted to thank you so much for listening to the podcast. There's so many of you listening now, and it's so much bigger than I thought that it would be. And it's so well appreciated, and it's doing what I had hoped it would do, which is inspire and empower and connect women together. So I'm really, really, really glad that even though I've been pregnant, I'm really glad that I've been able to create this resource for us all. And I have enjoyed connecting with you in my group, the VBAC Homebirth support group. If you're not in there, please do join us, whether you're pregnant or whether you're thinking about having another baby. It's a really beautiful space. Women share their birthing stories and ask questions, and it's just so nice to have a community where we can go to connect with people in the same situation as us. So I hope that if you're in your pregnancy, that you are feeling well, that you can put some self-care aside for yourself and some time for self-love. And if you're not pregnant, I hope the same for you as well. I just want to send out so much love and gratitude to you all, and I will be in touch with the next episode in a couple of weeks. So until then, sending my love to you, and thanks for listening to this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the VBAC Homebirth Stories podcast. I hope that this episode has helped you take another step to finding your voice and confidence in your VBAC journey. If you enjoyed the episode, please take a second to rate and review. Each review helps us to help more women to find out more about VBAC Homebirth, just like you. Don't forget to take a screenshot, share it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at the Motherhood Circle. See you next week.